may not make it. I may make it and I may not make it.
It's fine if you don't. I'm really just gonna be like, okay, work on your project and you're done. So
Okay.
you probably don't even need to come. You can come if you want, but all right.
I don't have to come.
So, pencil and paper. What we're gonna do is a very quick review, not necessarily even a warm up. We're gonna do 4 questions total, just as a review, and then you're gonna take you have a test on LCM, GCF, and distributive property, and then there's a Friday 5 that we haven't talked about everything on the Friday 5 yet. So just do your best on it. I'm not gonna count it against you if you fail it miserably. I just want to know what you can do. But that one's only 5 questions. So is the DFA, the test. So 10 questions total for math today after we do our little warm up. So I'm going to put 2 problems on the board, start with these ones. We'll review them. Then you guys will do 2 more problems and I'll let you guys go. So can you guys see the screen or the whiteboard pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, our first problem. First 2 problems. Go ahead and work on these. I'll give you 3 minutes. Number 1, we'll do 8 times 6 plus 7. Number 2, let's do 3 times 9 minus 6. So go ahead and work on those 2 problems. Can you guys see them? Are they big enough?
Yeah, I pinned your screen to mine.
Okay. Yeah, you can always pin.
Is that a 5 or?
Which one? This one?
On the outside on number 1.
8 times 6 plus 7. All right. Okay, let's do about 1 more minute on these ones. Remember, you're taking the number on the outside and multiplying it to the numbers on the inside, and then adding or subtracting. All right, I see a few of you guys are done. So let's go ahead and review just real quick. I don't want to take up too much time. I want to give you guys the time to take your tests. So for number 1, we're taking the number on the outside and multiplying it to the numbers on the inside. So 8 times 6 and 8 times 7. What is 8 times 6?
48.
48. The addition sign is here, so we just drop the plus sign down. What's 8 times 7?
56.
56. And then we need to add to get our answer. What's 48 plus 56?
104.
Okay. 104 is your answer. How'd you guys do? Good? Yeah. Pretty good? All right. Number 2, we're taking the 3 on the outside, multiplying it by the 9 and the 6. So what is 3 times 9?
18. No, 27.
27. The subtraction gets brought right down. What's 3 times 6?
18.
18. What's 27 minus 18?
9.
9 is your answer. How'd you guys do on that one?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good.
Okay, so on your test today, you'll have a couple problems that are like this, just so you know. Let's do two more. I'm going to give you guys about 4 or 5 minutes to work on these two. Okay, so number 3. You're going to find the GCF and, so both, the LCM of what numbers? Let's see. 12 and 15. Okay, so go ahead and start working on that one while I write the next one. It's the same thing. All right, so there's your two problems. Finding the GCF and the LCM. First one is 12 and 15. The next problem is 24 and 16. Okay, so I'll give you guys 4 or 5 minutes to work on those ones. Roll review. Then you guys will get to do your work. Okay, let's do about 2 more minutes. Let people finish up. Okay, about 1 more minute. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and go over this so that you guys have some time to work on your tests. So, Let's start with the first one. We're going to find the GCF and the LCM, so both. You can't do one or the other. You got to do both to get the whole question right. For 12 and 15, our first step is to do our factor trees. So what numbers multiply into 12?
6 and 2.
6 times 2. Are either of these prime? Can I circle either of them?
2 is.
The 2. No. Not the 6, though. What else goes into 6?
2 and 3.
2 times 3. We know we can circle the 2. Is 3 prime?
Yeah.
Yep. So we can circle that one. So we have all of our numbers circled. We're good. Now let's look at 15. What numbers multiply into 15?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Good. We know 3 is prime. And Charlie just said that 5 is prime, and he is correct. So now we need to do our LCM and our GCF. So LCM goes on top, GCF on bottom. Let's use the numbers that we found for 12, our prime numbers for 12 on top first. So we have a 3, a 2, and a 2. We've used 3, 2, 2. Now we need to do our matching. Can I match this 3 to anything?
Yeah.
Yeah? So we'll match up a 3. Good. What about this 5? Can I match the 5?
No. So put it
No.
up.
Good. So it doesn't match for the bottom row, so we have to put it on the top. Now we just need to do what with all of our numbers?
Multiply them, and I know the answers.
Multiply. All right, hang on. We're multiplying, but this number, the GCF, doesn't have a number to multiply by. So what does that mean?
It's the 3.
That our GCF is just the number that's left over, 3. Now when we do all of our multiplication, 3 times 2 times 2 times 5, what do we get?
We get 60.
You do get 60. Our LCM is 60. So, explaining these one last time. For the least common multiple, if we were to skip count by 12s and skip count by 15s, the first number that they'll have in common is 60. The least common multiple. For GCF, greatest common factor, if we were to list out all of the factors, so all the numbers that multiply into 12, all the numbers that multiply into 15, the biggest one that they're going to have in common is 3. Okay? How'd you guys do on that? Good? Bad?
Good.
Good.
Pretty good? Alrighty. Let's look at number 4. This time we're finding the GCF and the LCM of 24 and 16. Let's start with 24. Let's do our factor tree. What numbers multiply to 24?
2 and 12.
2 and 12. We know we can circle the 2. What else?
2 and 6.
Good. We need to see what goes into 12, which is 2 times 6. Again, we can circle the 2, but we need to figure out what goes into 6.
2 and 3.
2 and
Circle
3.
the 3.
Good. So we have our prime factors for 12. Nope, 24 is what I meant. Sorry. Let's do the prime factors for 16. Do our factor tree. What numbers multiply into 16?
2 and 8.
2 and 8. So we have 2. We know we can circle it. And the 8. What goes into 8?
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Good. 2 times 4. 2 and 4. Can I split up 4 even more?
2 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Good. 2 and 2. Circle. Circle. Good. Now we need to do our last step where we list out all our factors and do our matchy-matchy. So let's start with our LCM and our GCF. LCM's always on top. GCF will always be on bottom. I'm going to put the factors of 24 in the top row. So we have 3, 2, 2, 2. We've used all 4 of those. Now we need to do our matchy-matchy with 16. Is there a 2 to match up with?
Yeah.
Yep, we can match this 2. Good. What about another 2?
Yeah.
Yep. What about another 2?
Yes.
Yep. Another one?
No.
No.
No. So what do I do with that leftover 2?
Put it on top.
Put it on the top. Then what do I do with all of my numbers?
Multiply.
Multiply them all together. Good.
Can I tell you the answers now?
Sure. What's our least common multiple?
48.
Good. It is 48. And what about our GCF?
6.
2 times 2 times 2. I think you added.
Mm-hmm.
What's 2 times 2?
8.
Yeah, so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so again, if we were to explain it, if we're trying to find the least common multiple and we skip count by 24 and skip count by 16, the first one they're going to have in common is 48. And then if we wanted to find the GCF and we listed out all the numbers that multiply to 24, all the numbers that multiply to 16, the biggest factor they have in common is 8. Okay, how's you guys doing on that one? Pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Doing all
Good.
right? All right, so that's kind of the review we're going to do. Now you guys need to go and take your test. So you guys can see my screen, correct? Or no, you cannot. I'm not presenting. You can't see my screen. Now you can see my screen. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're good. So on Google Classroom, while we were talking, if you scroll down to math, 2 things posted. The first one is this GCF, LCM, and Distributive Property Test. I want you to take this one first on the Google Meet because it's the test where I want you to try and do it without any help so I can see what you've learned about GCF, LCM, and distributive property. So do that one first on the Google Meet. Once you finish that one, you can let me know. And then this Friday 5, you can stay on and take it if you'd like to, or you can leave and do it on your own time. But it's due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. That one is kind of we haven't learned everything on it, so just do your best on this Friday 5. I'm not taking it for like a big grade. I just want to see what you can do, so you don't need to worry if you like completely fail it. It's not going to affect your grade. But this one, the GCF, LCM, and distributive property, take your time, do your best. That is for sure going in the grades. So you have 2 things to do right now: the DFA and the Friday 5. Capiche? Sound good? Okay, start with the Friday 5, or sorry, not what I meant. Start with the test and stay on Google Meets until then, until you're done with that. Then you can either decide to stay or head out. But no matter what, we have social studies at 11, and I'd like to see you guys back for that. Any questions on what you need to be doing?
We
All
did
right.
a week 5 too. And Friday 5.
Yeah, take the GCF, LCM, distributive property test first, and then you're doing week 5, Friday 5 after.
Okay.
All right.